The Knife Angel. Is he living in the... Okay, let me just quickly explain. The Knife Angel. The Knife Angel is a sculpture. And it goes around the country. It's made by thousands of knives. It was done in 2018. It's to promote or to like stop people from, you know, like you put it up in a community and it makes knife crime awareness. Choose a life, not a knife. Calnat UK, L5 shout, Darren G, L5 alive. Whichever way it goes. Darren G, Calnat UK. They put this up in like urban areas to sort of say, hey, knife crime's bad. It's made of knives. So don't touch it because it's sharp. Well, it's not sharp, like, but don't touch it. You wouldn't want it to fall on you. It's the Knife Angel. And I find it to be quite... I know what it is. I know the whole point of it. So I think the concept is good. Conceptual art is fine. You know, I like conceptual art. But I find the hands to be kind of rough and rubbish. I find the face to be a bit, like, ugly. I think, like, the concept is good. The wings and the body and all the knives and that. But the hands, like, it doesn't give me the feeling that I'm thinking it should be giving. Like, this sort of sad angel... You know, like the hands look a bit more like gorilla hands to me, and the face is like a grotesque, like a theatre mask. So, like it's almost like disdain rather than sorrow, which maybe that was the look they're going for. But that's the point of it. That's what the Knife Angel is, and it's been around since 2018. Like it'll be in the local news. Like there's 2021. The Knife Angel statue returns to Derbyshire. Like if it's a slow news day and this is in your area, you might publish a story about it, but otherwise it is old hat. Do you know what I mean? Like no one gives a shit these days. I mean, it's still interesting. It's still going around, I'm sure. I don't know if it has a permanent home. Tribute to a stabbed son. I didn't know that. Oh, it wasn't particular crime. It wasn't to a particular. It was just general. Like I said, it's just general. Such as Tom Webb. Yeah, it's just general statue, and I don't find it like visually the most appealing. I think the knives are great. I think the face and the hands are bad, but you know that's my opinion on it. The Knife Angel. So Alan has published a TikTok about the Knife Angel in 2024, and he's got 1,000 views on it. Of course, he's not been paying for views, has he? Remember, we can all see how many views his TikToks really get. So don't ever let him promise you that he's getting big numbers on TikTok again, because the minute he stopped paying for it and stopped using it, the numbers dropped, didn't it? It looks like the BAFTA award, yeah. And you don't have to feel bad. I think it looks bad. I think the Knife Angel it's not designed for one particular stab victim. It's by an artist, and I appreciate what the artist has done, but I also think it's a good, like if you're an artist, you want to do something that's going to get in the news. Like it's kind of a good PR move as well. Isn't it? It gets their name out, gets them in the news, it's a big sculpture. But the actual execution, the wings are fantastic, the body shape is great, the hands and the face are shit. So, there you go. Like, does it make the impact in terms of, like, it's made of knives. Yeah, they're all confiscated or handed into the police. Yeah. So when you get up close, you see it and you think, oh wow, look at all those knives. But does it make that impact, like, you know, stop the knife crime? Not really. If you walk around past it in the street, it just looks like an interesting piece of public art. You know, you have to lean into it and read into it and learn about it to feel that, you know, the reasoning behind it. So, like, pros and cons of the Knife Angel. It does get in the news a lot, doesn't it? Look, these news articles: Kent Online, Greater Manchester, Chester, West Midlands, Stroud, the British Ironworks Centre, official Knife Angel page, the Knife Angel Hereford. Like, it goes around and around and around. And this one guy who's done this, like, fair play to him. I'm saying the pros and cons. The guy who's done it is basically like the whole of like the last 10 years has been like the Knife Angel going around the country, hasn't it? It's massive. I just don't like the hands and the face myself, but like, it's a good thing, you know. Surrender your knife, choose a life, not a knife. Calnat UK is Darren G's way of saying the same principled message. But surrender the knives, you know, put down the knives. Stabbing is bad, yeah. Like, I mean, obviously stabbing's bad, isn't it? You didn't need an angel made of knives to tell you that. And it highlights the level of the problem in the country in a way. Like, it's a way of talking about the subject, and it's a community sort of thing. Like I say, when I say community, I mean it's local news. If the Knife Angel turns up in your town, it's local news. Look, Knife Angel comes to Chelmsford. It's not national, international TikTok news. So what is this?
This is a knife angel sculpture.
You can't even hear what he's saying. Already, that's the end of this TikTok. 3 seconds in, that's not going to get watched by anyone on TikTok. And Alan is leveraging the knife angel for his own purpose. Alan needs your help, but he's put knife angel needs your help. The knife angel doesn't need your help. The knife angel's out there doing what it's doing with public funded national lottery money. Like, the guy that's made it has made it as an artist and like spent years promoting it and going around. All these newspapers are covering it. They don't need your help, Alan. They've already made it. When I say made it, I mean they've been successful with it. It's achieved its game. Like, it's like they've had their national lottery grant funding, I'm assuming. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's gone the way it's gone. Like, you're well on the end, like the end tail of this. It's so weird to have done this as a TikTok. So weird. My only guess is that, I mean, it's a 6-minute TikTok as well. Remember what I said about the metrics? Listen, remember when I said about the metrics, right? If you're watching a TikTok and you watch half of it, that's a bad TikTok. TikTok wants you to watch it twice. If you watch it twice, it can be a good TikTok and it will suggest it to people. If you watch less than half, it's bad and it's not going to suggest it to people. No one is watching 3 minutes of this. This is not getting any legitimate views on TikTok. Come on. No one cares. And it's in profile on a landscape video. They still haven't fixed that in Alan's editing community or whatever they're doing. They've still gone for the black bars at the top and bottom so that if anyone scrolls into this, they immediately think, well, this is one of these shit videos that's in the wrong format, ripped off YouTube and put up with the words on top. I don't like this. No one's going to like it. It's shit. Like... Why is he even bothering? Do you know what I mean? At this stage, like, why is he even bothering with that? It's bizarre. You'll be back on Rumble next, won't he, then? Let's have a look at the... there's another update on his court case, but we don't know what it is. It just says updated again. Let me get Firefox out. Let's hear what he's got to say about the knife angel in all of his 6-minute glory, because it's all we've got from Alan at the moment. Help the knife angel save lives. Save lives. Lives, you prick. You can spell check on the computer. The phone in your hand will correct your spelling. Dyslexia is no excuse for getting this wrong. And I want the audio to be filters compressed because it's very quiet. And that's another reason why TikTok users will simply scroll past, because the audio quality is bad.
An angel, a father figure, etched in pain. Hands out, pleading with you to give up your knives.
A father figure, is it? Has he read that in the Wikipedia?
Plea to the gangs of the streets of our inner cities.
On the day Mikey was killed, he was only 16. He was still...
Disgusting to use the death of a 16-year-old in your TikTok, Alan, to elicit sympathy for you. Like, isn't it? Because you don't give a shit about any of this for your whole of your life, but now all of a sudden it's your big thing.
Child. His family have suffered a loss, which is unimaginable.
He's put hashtag save lives, and it looks like he's put hashtag Savile lives. Oh, I clicked heart by mistake. I mean, I imagine that's how the 30 people that have hearted it have ended up hearting it.
They have conducted themselves with real dignity throughout this trial.
What's this combination of sound?
During which they've had to live through Mikey's last tragic minutes.
Now we're looking at pictures of people who have been stabbed.
Of life. On a repeated number of occasions. Mikey had a bright musical career ahead of him.
Are we listening to Mikey's eulogy from his funeral?
And although he had faced a number of challenges in his short life, his future looked promising.
Disgusting. And look at this now. He's got a BBC video that has been recorded on a phone and then recorded on a thing. It's now shrunk down to this tiny, tiny picture within a picture within a picture. No one is going to want to watch this.
His relationship and bond with his mother, Hayley, was a special one. As I said at the trial, Bristol and its surrounding areas are in the middle of...
Big ups. Are you all right, you chuffers? What's going on here now? Genetic. Oh, do I need to look at the genetic thing?
A plague of knife crime.
The toad.
The plague has continued.
On notice to many until it hits your family. The problem is, for every knife crime, there's no solution.
For every knife crime, there's no solution. What do you mean? He's talking random words. It doesn't even make a sentence. Month, April 2024, hosting town, Taunton, Somerset. May 2024, Weston-super-Mare. So what's happened is Alan has been. I told you. I said this would happen. Did I tell you? I think he's just stumbled across it in the public. He's walked into the that's been in Weston-super-Mare. He's seen it. It's in the local paper. It's now his TikTok. Like, what an idiot. What a fool idiot. He probably spent time telling the people at the thing what an important man Alan was and how he's going to get them loads of coverage for their knife crime thing, not realising that he's like, nobody and they don't care and they've already been in all the national news. Do you remember, like, when he was talking to that man doing the opera, I'll get you gigs? He probably thinks he's some big shot. Like, this is so pathetic. He might have even, I think, 6 minutes, he might have even taken his own video of it or photograph of it in Weston-super-Mare, and then there you go. Like, he's such a prick. I'm surprised I can't believe he's doing that DJing in Vinny's. I think the DJing in Vinny's is just a cover so they can give him money, some sort of money laundering scam again, like paying him to be a DJ. Get off.
Politicians, local councils, the police seem powerless to bring down the figures.
The police are not powerless against knife crime, are they?
Increasing by over 20% a year. So it's up to you, the public, to stem this horrible...
It's not up to us, the public. What's happened, Alan, is all those bigots that you encourage people to vote in because of all your bigoted nonsense, they've ruined our country by underfunding the police for 10 years. So you can just fund the police and then it would make things better. The reason knife crime has increased is because police numbers have dropped. The end.
I myself hardly ever thought about knife crime until I saw this magnificent 28-foot statue.
Exactly. You'd never even thought about it in all your 70 years of life, and now you've seen this right in front of your face, and because you live in this delusional world where things on the screen, on the television, things are writ large, are bigger and better. Like, this is Alan all over. Things written writ large, up on the screen, bigger and better. This makes an impression on him as it's designed to, this piece of public art, and now he's like going to, it's a thing for him now. Suddenly everyone needs to see how important this is, because Alan now realises how important it is. The narcissistic dickhead. He's literally 10 years behind on this.
Looking down on me in Weston-super-Mare.
Weston-super-Mare.
Just his face, like he was prepared to take all the pain of those murdered, mainly children, to be honest, into his hands.
Why is it mainly children, Alan? Are mainly the victims of knife crime in our UK, are they mainly children, are they? Or did you just bring children into it to elicit more sympathy? Alan's a twisted fuck.
I made out the knife blades, and over 80 victims...
Told you, look, these are his own photos of in Weston-super-Mare. There's the thing, and he's taking photos of it. Told you. Although this is strange, isn't it? Because in this photo, it's not just the knife statue, it's the people in the background and a child in this foreground. Alan's probably looking after his grandkids, and he's got photographs of his grandkids. So Alan can use photographs of people that are whatever on the internet to make money. So I'd be worried about that, Telegram and all that, sending pictures of kids like pizza orders to America, in his own words.
The names etched on these knives by family members with little messages. Some of them even are from assailants.
Listen, the bin bin stuff, and it's all the bin people with nowhere to go, desperate, and like JC, the Toad, is not popular. The people in her own community group where she speaks on a stream, they just want her to shut up. She's mouthy and gobby and no one likes her, and she's eggy because she's got shit content, and they're from fucking 5 years ago, and they're pathetic and no one cares about them, and like everyone just, like, we're the people that dominate the Alan conversation on YouTube now, and she's bitter. The end.
Apologised for the murders. This amazing piece of art travels around the country for a month at a time.
It certainly does, Alan. Although didn't you know this? Because it's been going on for years. Like, have you not seen it before?
I want to see it. Is in
next. You'll do an update on. Have you seen this amazing statue in Rome, created by this interesting artist who needs your support, Michelangelo? Like, fuck off, Alan.
I set at Weston-super-Mare to the end of May.
It's in Weston-super-Mare. It's in where I am. I'm in Weston-super-Mare at the moment. You idiot. That's what you're saying to the world. You're staying with your son for reasons.
It had an effect on me. The British Institute of Ironwork and Central Sculpture Park commissioned sculptor Alfred Bradley.
Here comes the Wikipedia, and these photographs really intrigue me every time. I've figured out what it is. When he's taking photographs of his what he's doing, he's got his laptop and he's taking photographs of his laptop screen with his phone like this. And the reason it goes pink is because the tilt of the phone, the angle, something to do with that, the color grading, it's something to do with the photographing of a screen. That's what Alan's doing, and that's why it always looks so fucking weird and awful. So these are always screen photographs.
To bring the angel to life. Not only that,
and you can tell it's got the red line under it, like it's a hyperlink. So he's literally just opening up Wikipedia and like photographing it.
In their ironworks, they created over 200 knife banks, which is a hard thing to do because you have to build a structure that can take knives but nobody can get into it to steal the knives. Right?
It's a hard thing to do because you've got to build a box that people can put a knife in. It looks like a fucking cardboard box.
So this cost over £5 billion.
Cost £5 million, did it?
So the thing
is what I said about lottery money.
Is you've got a knife bank in your area now, and I appeal to you to be your own knife angel. If you know somebody that carries a knife, talk to them, show them this film, and ask them, or even go with them, to take their knife to the nearest
Alan's changing the world one knife at a time. 10 years too late.
Bank. You could
He's
be
such a great guy, Alan is.
Saving someone's life. B.
Alan, if you didn't push people in the river, you could save their lives.
Be a knife angel and help stem this tide.
Alamy stock photo. The man's been there and taken his own photographs, but they're shit. So he's now using Alamy stock photo.
That's getting on for 50,000 incidents involving a knife or a sharp instrument just this year.
Wikipedia.
What can we do to help? Well, we need to educate the young into the concept of not carrying a knife. This needs to be started.
That's it, fixed, sorted. Alan's great thinking. We need to educate the young into the concept of not carrying a knife, sorted. So I'm glad we've got Alan on the case now.
School.
Like the man's just literally like seen an advert for something in his town. Like this is bigger than an advert in his town. It's a big statue. Right, this is, wow. Changed my life, that has. I'm going to report about that on the internet. No one else will have heard of this. He's just so, do you know what I mean? He just sees things through his own tiny little letterbox of a world. Like he's stupid.
It's not big or clever to have a knife. Self-defense is not a valid reason for carrying a knife.
Also, you can hear in the background there's music because Alan is quietly whispering into his phone while sitting in a cafe or in the bar that his son runs. Like he's in public while he's recording this and he feels a little bit weird about it, and you can hear background music.
To have a knife. Self-defense is not a valid reason for carrying a knife. And this choice could have serious consequences on your future.
Like that hiss, he's in he's either, you know, someone's watching a telly in another room, or like, you know, he's not in an ideal situation for recording this. It's all a bit weird.
Also, you could end up in a knife fight.
Also, you could end up in a knife fight. What are you on about? 4 minutes into this TikTok, who gives a shit about this TikTok? It's the worst TikTok I've ever seen on this topic.
If you have a knife that's not manually folding, just carrying it.
Peter folding knife now.
Could send you to prison for 4 years. Even if you never use it. Or even if you're carrying it for someone else. 99% of young people do not carry knives.
Alan, who's listening to your TikTok that carries a knife?
It may feel like more people carry knives because of the stories they've heard, what they've seen online and social media. It's not clever.
And social media.
It might say you just carry it but no intention of using it, but it is a threatening and an offence. And
it is a threatening and an offence. It's not even saying the correct words, like making proper sentences.
Warning for you, any stab could be fatal for a number of reasons.
Here's a warning for you, getting stabbed could be fatal.
Major arteries run across the whole body.
Major arteries. Major arteries.
And if a major artery is severed, the person will bleed very quickly and could be fatal within 5 minutes. And what are you going to do in that 5 minutes? Regret what you've done?
Is this Alan with the leaflet that you've got from this event? Like,
try to save that person? Too late. And finally, it's not a snitch to tell on someone that carries a knife, okay?
My God, Alan is so impressionable, isn't he? Like, he's so impressionable. I understand this is a positive message, but the reason he's now imparting it is because he's literally stood there and had someone tell him this stuff, give him the leaflet, show him the big statue. Like, Alan is the little boy who's just visited the zoo and is now doing a project on the elephants. Like, he is so impressionable.
You can talk to a parent, a guardian, or any adult you trust, or just report it to the police. You're not letting anybody down by reporting this. You just might save a friend's life. Or someone you
And
don't.
also, he's got fuck all to do, hasn't he? Like, he's so, like, useless. Take the kids out and look after the kids. I don't know why they would allow him to be, like, in public/private with, looking after the kids. That seems like a mistake. What are you going to do? Sit in the coffee shop and just, like, make a video about this thing I saw. The only difference in the town today is this big statue is up. So I'll report on that.
Even know.
This was a day ago as well. None of us even clocked that he'd put one up because we just don't give a shit. Whose song is this now? Whose music are you stealing? Another Alamy stock photo that he hasn't paid for. It's got the watermarks all over it. He's such an idiot. Our artificial intelligence songs sound better than this. Yeah, this sounds like Suno, doesn't it? It's terrible. So at this point, we've got a further minute of this TikTok. Yeah, a further minute. So the man cannot understand to this day how to create content on the internet, because this next minute, no one will ever watch apart from us now. There is no one who's going to spend their life watching pictures of this montaged together. Not good pictures or anything, not particular pictures, just as many as you can find to fill a minute with a song going on. Like, no one in their life has got time for this shit. I'm going to play it. We're going to watch it. We're the only people in the world who will. And that metric, that algorithmic failure of this video for anyone to want to watch to the end, for anyone, I won't watch to the full end. I can't, not this shit. For anyone, no one will watch the end of the TikTok. It is a shit talk. It cannot be served to other people. I can't. It's already making me cross. That's me skipping it. There's no way I'm watching any more of that. That's a shit talk. 1,000 views is way too many. I don't know how he's managed to put 1,000. I don't. If he didn't cheat and fake and lie and, pay for all these fake subs and pay for all these numbers and all this shit before, if he didn't fake his way up there, because interspersed with 70,000 is 6. If he didn't fake his way up there, you'd have nothing on here. It's just absolute BS fake. BS fake, and it's led to that. 1,000 views for the worst TikTok you've ever seen on The Knife Angel. Shouts out The Knife Angel. Respect the guy that made it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the hands and face, but respect the guy that made it. It gets the message out there and it goes around the country and it's been heavily funded. Shouts out to that. 10 years later, Alan's just irrelevant. He's the most irrelevant person talking about that. He's the most irrelevant, and he's used those little boys as well. Use those little boys in it. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And one of the pictures, he was out with a child in his own hand, it looked like. So, a man that has professed to not have knowledge of, he's professed to being accused of selling kids pizza orders to America, and he's like, I don't know what that means. How can you sell a kid? Well, obviously what you do is you get photographs in public of people who aren't suspect, don't you, Alan? You've said you do that. And then, selling, I don't know, people can make up their own minds, I suppose. But that was, look, what is he doing? What is he doing? Is that a cry for help? What is he doing? So close to the court case as well. He's desperate to get back on it, isn't he? He's desperate to get back on the internet. What is he doing? All right, we'll just have to cut that and stick it up on Battery Exhausted. You be good, and if you can't be good, you notice. It's rubbish. total rubbish. I'm saying the worst TikTok I've ever seen. His last TikTok was a month ago, you know. Sorry, his last Rumble was a month ago. Maybe longer.
Patron. Right. Let's go this way. Now I'm happy now. I can see you all in Rumble. Rumble. Both. Yeah, both. I have a lag on here. So I better revert to stream. There. Okay. So we're all good. Now, hopefully we've got spanners in chat. And thank you all, spanners, for joining today and becoming spanners for Rumble. Rumble, I know nothing about other than Russell Brand has got Rumble. I had to find a way to speak to you live so you could speak to me, and this is what we've done. So some of you are in Patreon, but you're here. That's the main thing. The community is reforming. Like we're all been sent to the hills, but we're getting together again. And obviously, it will take time to do this. The main thing is we have live chat going. There's 100 of you here. Congratulations on finding me. 100 of you. That's amazing. And this is just a test. I'm so pleased that 100 of my supporters are here. Now, a lot of you won't be able to figure this out, but you can help each other. You won't get live chat on Patreon. You won't get live. You better watch the replay on Patreon, but you can't access live chat. The reason I've got it on Patreon is because some people live in countries where there is no Rumble. So people like Mia wouldn't be able to watch it, but she can watch it on Patreon. She can participate in live chat. So if you're here on Patreon, good evening. I realise you don't have live chat, but that's for the countries that can't do live chat. Okay, those of you on Rumble, you can see each other. Ludo, how can you not figure it out? You're talking here now. Rumble is working through Patreon, but you don't get live chat. On Rumble, you haven't got live chat. If you want to participate and talk, you have to just watch through Rumble only, okay? That makes sense? Armchair Detective, Natural Healing. I can't do any spanners now. I managed to do some before. I can't do spanners when I'm working, so Natural Healing, I have to wait till tomorrow. So, yeah. So we're watching through Patreon and Rumble.
Did Natural Healing ever get to be a spanner? Because he said, I can't do it while I'm working. But he's not working. He's just sat in front of his computer talking shit on the day that he's trying to get back on Rumble. So he could have tried to make them a spanner, couldn't he? But he couldn't. He doesn't know what he's doing at all. He just sat there and said, no, can't do it while I'm working. What work are you doing? You fucking bellend.
All good. The first thing is, let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. And for all you trolls that are still following me now, why? Why live stream me now when I'm no longer on YouTube?
Because you're trying to start up your nonsense again, aren't you? Like, this was back then, obviously. But he's trying to do it again now. He's never learned. We don't want you on TikTok with all the kids that watch TikTok. You never learn.
Your war with me is over.
You shouldn't be on like social media sites where kids use it, Alan. You shouldn't.
Let me go.
Not after Smule.
Let me go out of your
Smule daddy.
heads and get on with your lives. I'm no longer on YouTube. You don't have to. You don't have to follow your life. You don't have to come here and look at me anymore. I'm out. You got what you wanted. I'm not on YouTube. You have what you wanted.
Do you think the Ruseks were on YouTube for any particular reason other than to, like, you know, put up with your shit? I love the way he calls the shots.
Now you're going to say, we want him cancelled everywhere. Well, I say to you, you're really bad people. You want me cancelled everywhere?
Yeah. Mr. Filters.
You have the YouTube. Enjoy it. Stop picking on someone else.
Picking on someone? I'm not picking on you. You come out of nowhere and just picking on Alan. It's not that. You said that you were going to, like, essentially it was you versus me in the public sphere of YouTube. Alan started on me. Alan started picking on me. I had to defend myself. I had to, like, you know, tell the world the truth about Alan. And it's content. It's good content. People laugh at it. They find you funny. You're a figure of ridicule, Alan. Alan Vinicum is a laughing stock on the internet, a figure of ridicule. He's got nonce vibes, smelly pedo fingers, smelly nonce vibes, because he's been on Smule grooming kids. I think you call it grooming, I think. I mean, telling me that I shouldn't do videos and talk about what I want to talk about.
I'm not talking about the Watts case tonight. You'll be very disappointed if you think I am. I'm not talking about the Watts case in here.
But you did start talking about the Watts case within about a week.
Now, Russell Brand's here, so...
Russell Brand isn't with you in your room or nothing.
Russell Brand hasn't been chucked off Rumble, so I've got a feeling I could do more controversial
blonde one,
subjects. Yeah.
the dark one, and the butch one. I don't remember the names.
Big up, Sally. Thank
Well,
you.
look, someone's...
Prime subscribed 9 months.
Susan Hughes, first Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Yay! It works. Chernoid is now a monthly. You can become a monthly member and you can choose how much. Oh, this is brilliant. Real Red Pill. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Chernoid is now a monthly member. Now, and I have my first super chat from somebody as well. I can't see it anymore. This is fantastic. Now, the good news is this. I'm going to put this. What you didn't know, on YouTube, everything you give them, they took half, right? So if you give me a £10 super chat, I end up with less than £5.
I don't think it is less than £5 off a £10 super chat. They do take a cut. They do take quite a solid cut, but I don't think it's less than £5.
I don't know what it's going to be on here, but it can't be as bad as that.
He doesn't even know the cut on Rumble. But it's better, trust me.
So
He reckons.
it's a better format, but I've got a lot to learn. I don't know how to put a screen on here yet.
That's nothing to do with Rumble. That's to do with your ability to use your own computer.
I don't know how to put a screen on here.
I don't know how to put the
I
screen
think
on.
I might better do it. Yeah, I can. Let's just mess with it a sec. I better do it. Does that work? No.
There you go. It's exactly the same because it's StreamYard, not Rumble, isn't it? It's like it's exactly the same. You fucking idiot. Rumble don't provide you with the little blue AD in the corner, do they? Nothing had changed on his setup. Like the way he makes out like he can't do anything. Like he used to use StreamYard and send that to YouTube, and now he's using StreamYard and sending it to Rumble. So what's different?
Yeah, I can. Okay, so I've got to learn how to put a screen on. I don't know how to do it, but I like it. There you go. It does work. Yeah, I can. So we can put screens. I've got to learn how to put a screen on. So in the fullness of time, but I like it. There you go. It does work. I'm so pleased. So we can put screens. I've got to learn how to put a screen on. So in the fullness of time, but I like it. There you go. It does work. Let's remove that. So obviously this is I've got a lot to learn. I don't know how to put a screen on here. Yeah, I don't know how to put a screen on here.
Oh, the
I think I
days.
might better do it.
Oh, the days.
Yeah, I can. Let's just mess with it a sec. I better do it. Does that work? No. Yeah, I can. Okay, so I've got to learn how to mess with a screen on. I don't know how to do it, but I like it. There you go. It does work. Yeah, I can. So we can put screens. I've got to learn how to mess with a screen on. So in the fullness of time, but I like it. There you go. It does work. I'm so pleased. So we can put screens. I've got to learn how to mess with a screen on. So in the fullness of time, but I like it. There you go. It does work. Remove that.
I'll just remove that.
So obviously this is a test. It's exciting. It's like going to the moon because I've had 6 years.
It's like going to the moon, right? It's if you use YouTube and then use a completely different streaming service, which is basically very quite similar setup. Like you just send your stream to a different service. There's no difference at all. You're in the same room, same computers, same format, same everything. Like it's not like going to the fucking moon.
Years on YouTube, but the picture quality is better.
Oh yeah, in this video, he'd been up the night before, like all hours, screaming at the mods, hadn't he? Crying, having a tantrum. They'd had to set up Discord for it. Well, not Discord, sorry, what do you call it? Rumble. They'd had to set it up for it. Like he'd had a right meltdown. He'd been kicked off YouTube. This is his first stream since being back off YouTube. His first stream back on Rumble. He had a meltdown, didn't he?
Yes. It is. It's going to play a bit more around it with us.
He's still got his filters on, but he didn't put the green screen on. He'd like for about a week on Rumble, he made out like he couldn't use the green screen because of Rumble. Like, in fact, he has got the green screen on. He has 2 effects overlaid, green screen 1, green screen 2, and you can see in the glasses it's picking up a reflection of his screen, which is green, and it's green screening that out. So he has got a green screen on, but it's not working because his background isn't green. And the green screen, in inverted commas, that he uses is actually background fill. It's a computer method of just artificially taking out the background and replacing it. So it's like a fake green screen. So he's got it. You can see in the glasses the effect is still there, but he hadn't worked out how to use the effects, despite having used them on YouTube the whole time. Nothing had changed. Rumble doesn't have different effects. It was not Rumble effects. It wasn't YouTube effects. It was StreamYard, and he's still using StreamYard. So actually, there's a point. I think we can get him banned from StreamYard.
Yeah, it all works. Everything works. So tomorrow I'm going to do my first proper show with pictures. Now, so obviously tonight is a demonstration for.
All it is, the demo, what he means is he could have done this 10 minutes, just link up to Rumble, yes, it works, okay, that's done. You do that earlier in the day, and then you say, right, I can run the show tonight. We're on. Like, you don't have to do an hour and 10 minutes of nothing because you've got nothing to say, but you were desperate to get back on the internet, do you?
You, and for you to get used to using it. I've been up since, I'll be honest, 4 a.m. doing this. 4 a.m. this morning.
You haven't been doing it since 4 a.m. You went to sleep at 4 a.m. because you stayed. There's no way that you were up in the morning. Oh, it's time to wake up, 4 a.m. Let's start doing Rumble. Like, no way.
Nothing about StreamYard. Not at all. How StreamYard would connect to Rumble.
See?
If I could.
He just said it, how StreamYard would connect to Rumble. So literally nothing has changed. Once it's connecting to Rumble, it's sending it to Rumble. Your end is the same. Like, what the fuck?
Share screens.
How did we end up? Because, we were watching a bit of Alan then, and I just thought, he's not back on Rumble, but this is his vibe at the moment, isn't it? He's so desperate to get back on the internet. I just thought I'd dip into this for a little bit. I won't watch the whole hour.
If I could get it into Patreon, if you could find me, and the good news is, you found me. So we can grow. From this little acorn tonight on Rumble, we can grow. I'm so pleased.
And that's the problem with him. That's the problem, is that like I say, he's like a bad infection or a moss or like some kind of some kind of fungal infection. Like, you think you've got rid of him, but he'll come up through the cracks again. So you've got to really bleach him out. Like, he's got to go. You can't. I don't want him on TikTok. All the kids that use TikTok, and he's already been creepy about it. He literally said creepy, weird shit about TikTok. It's so young, didn't he? Like, you know, it's just creepy. So I bet he has a little acorn, yeah. I wonder what makes it grow. Creepy bad Alan. What's he doing back on TikTok? Bad. Naughtis. Very naughtis.